Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on learning how to read and play melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in, plus you can feed a music teacher. So I'll leave a link for Melody Guitar 2 in the description. We're on page 64. Our melody for this page is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. It features our new rhythm, the 8th plus dotted quarter note, and it also has a DS Coda to follow. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. On page 64, we have number 127. This is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. It's in 4/4 time, and it has a quarter note pickup. Tempo is quarter equals 100. Now, if that feels a little too fast right off the bat, that's okay. Pick a slower speed, set your metronome to that, and then gradually increase the speed over the course of a few days. This does have a DS Coda to follow. So notice at the end of the fourth line, there's the DS Coda. Circle that if you need to. It's a good way to just not miss that marking. The DS takes you back to the sign. The S stands for sign. In this case, the sign is almost the very beginning. It's just one note away from the very beginning, but it is at the beginning of that first line. And then we play to the 2 coda marking, which is middle of the second line. As soon as we're done playing the second measure of the second line, we jump to the coda, which is down there at the end. And while we're looking at the coda, notice the second measure from the end, we have retard marking, so we're going to slow down there. And then we have a fermata over the last note, so you hold that note as long as you like. So we start with that pickup note, the B to the G, so that's going to be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the second full measure, we have a dotted quarter note followed by an 8th note, and then an 8th note followed by a dotted quarter note. That is going to be counted 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then you're going to see this rhythm throughout. Let me play the rest of this line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, the rest of this is pretty easy as far as the notes. It's just pretty much measure 2 of every line that you have to watch out for. For example, in measure 2 of line 2, we actually have the same rhythm, same notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and then from there on the notes are pretty straightforward. Line 3, measure 2, pretty much a variation of the measures we just looked at. Instead of playing 1 and 2 and 3 and, now we have some 8th notes and a quarter note, followed by our 8th note dotted quarter note rhythm. That's going to be counted 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Again, that's going to be 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Let me back it up a measure. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Then let's look at line 4, second measure. Again, we kind of have a variation of the rhythm that we've been playing. We do have, in the second half of that measure, the 8th note followed by the dotted quarter note, but this time we have 4 8th notes at the beginning of this measure. That's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. if I back it up a measure to the beginning of this line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. We play this B, and then we're immediately back to the sign. 2, 3. And then we again play through line 1, half of line 2, and then jump to the coda. I'm going to start at the beginning of line 2. 1, 2, 3. To the coda. 1, 2, 3. Then we have a retard. 1 and 2 and slowing down, and then fermata above that last note, so hold it as long as you like. Your assignment is to practice Swing Low Sweet Chariot on page 64. Make sure you follow the DS marking and the Coda marking, and if you need to, just circle those markings so they're easier to follow. And as always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video, or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order your own copy of Melody Guitar Book 2. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Melody Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you at the bottom of page 64. We have 2 new notes, low E and low F.